Howdy, folks. Episode number 15. Can't even believe that we've done 15 of these so far, but here we go.
1-5?
Episode number 15 reminds me, what's your favorite number 15 rider?
Dean Wilson.
Mine's Timmy Ferry.
Okay. Depends on the year. It could be Rookie Jeremy. It could be Timmy. It could be Doug Henry some years.
Yeah? No, mine's Timmy Ferry, but we are on episode number 15. I'm your host, RJ Hust, joined with the co-host in the studio this week. We have Mr. Sugar Shane.
Yes, sir.
Tyler Kasha.
Hey.
And I got some special guests with us that may or may not pipe in at all throughout this episode, but I've got my two oldest kids, Keely and Benji, because they wanted to see what a podcast looks like and how it goes, and they watch us on our YouTube channel. We were camping this past week in the motorhome, and I walk out into the living room area, and it's us on YouTube, and they're watching us on TV. And I did not pay them to do that, Shane.
Not even $1.
Not even $1. So no,
good.
I was not trying to gain views and clicks on it, but got Keely and Benji with us in the studio. Got a lot of different things going on. First and foremost, to everybody and all of our listeners, Happy New Year. Hope everybody enjoyed their holidays and got to spend some time with family and friends or whatever it may be. And we are off to 2023. Here we go.
A lot going on.
There is a lot going on. A lot. This is like the big rush right here, the mad rush. Everything's starting to happen. Talked to a lot of our friends in the industry, and almost every one of them is already out in California now, getting ready for A1 that's coming up just in a week away or a couple days away by the time this gets, released. So that's cool. Good luck to all of our boys and friends, people that have been on the show and people who haven't been on the show or want to be on the show. I know we talked about towards the end of our last episode number 14, that we were going to have a special guest come on, and we were trying to nail down a midweek episode, and I'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag on that one. That was going to be Mr. Aaron Plessinger, AP7.
Mother Nature messed us up on that.
It did. The weather came down and basically out and put the brakes on and said, hey, we got to change our whole schedule for this week now based on the weather. So the podcast that we had lined up with AP7 got delayed, and we were not able to get it done. But, he's obviously very sorry that he couldn't be on the show and do it, but we do plan on having him. But they are in the California stretch right now. So those first 4 rounds, they go Anaheim, Oakland, San Diego, and Anaheim 2. So the first 4, they're basically going to be living in California for the month. So we won't see them for a little while, but good luck to all the boys over there, Coop and AP, and, RJ Hampshire, all the people that have, been on the show. I mean, we got Jet, Racing West, and a lot of different people flying out there or are already there or are flying out there as we speak. So good luck to all those guys. We'll be rooting for all of them. Can't wait to see, how the racing and everything goes. But we'll get into the Supercross discussion here in a little bit. We've got a lot of different things going. I know on our boys, Shane, you got to come out and see the boys at the Dog Pound and
it's
watch them ride some laps.
It's definitely, those guys are starting to get it. Like you guys are doing a great job. They're working hard. And I can see that by the time February rolls around that they're going to be ready to go. And hopefully,
Yeah, we hope so. We might have had a little minor setback between then and now, but...
well, that happens with racing, so...
Yeah, we had one hospital trip, so...
Oh, already?
Yeah.
Was that today?
Yeah, we had a hospital trip today. So we'll... Everything's fine. Nobody got seriously injured.
They arrived to the hospital on their own, not under like an ambulance or a helicopter.
Correct. Drove to the hospital, yes.
Okay, good.
So that's a good thing. But one of the boys took a little digger, over jumped one of the jumps, we think. We didn't really see the, exact detail of it. We talked about possibly having some wheel spin up the face, but over jumped one obstacle and just committed to keep trying for the next obstacle that was immediately following, and didn't work out very well. So we thought we might have had a broken wrist, but it turns out that we do not. So that's a good thing. Just a bump in the road.
No, it's just part of it. The racing, I don't care how good you are or how new you are, like that's just part of it. So
Yeah, that's one.
as long as you guys get through it and
this is something we signed up for.
yeah, move on and learn from any kind of mistake, then that's good.
Was it top track or bottom track?
Top track,
Okay.
rhythm section by the road. It's very difficult, very difficult. So either way, happy that we made it out of that one with nothing major. Going to be sore and tender here for a couple days, so we'll take a couple days off the bike.
I saw that you guys' photo shoot came out.
Yeah.
What was it, yesterday?
We released it yesterday, which was January 1st, because we had, just some contracts and things that we were waiting on that started January 1st. So overall, huge thank you to Mr. Tyler Kasha coming out, running the camera, making some great photos. I personally, I think a lot of them look great, but even after the fact, Tyler and I are kind of going back and forth. I mean, there's just so many small details that I didn't even think of, and I'm sitting there watching, and I think we had a couple things going on that day, the specific day of the photo shoot. One, it was freezing outside, so it was very cold. The boys were shivering. And also, it was one of their training and riding days, so I felt like we were a little bit rushed. I think a learning thing to put down in the notes for next year is definitely do not do a photo shoot on a training and riding day. That way we have more time.
Right.
Because I feel like we got rushed a little bit there, but man, even small things I didn't even think of. Obviously Aiden has rode his entire career as the 731, and then we go and change. His pro number is now 137, which we are allowed to say because that got released with the photo shoot photos that went out.
Is he good with it? His number?
Oh, he likes it. Yeah, he likes the number. But the problem is that I didn't realize, and this was brought to my attention from Pooh. You have to have the correct number on the back of your jersey to match your bike. That's an AMA rule.
Oh yeah, 100%.
AMA
100%.
rule. So it's one thing that I didn't even notice, but one of the photos that we took is a great shot. Again, quality of the photos were fantastic, but it's got a 731 on the back of his jersey and a 137 on the bike, and I'm like, man, I didn't even think about that.
Tyler doesn't have Photoshop.
Yeah, you
Yeah, we
can.
can Photoshop it.
Yeah, we'll just Photoshop it.
Yeah, no, it's all good though. I mean,
What's worse, a blank jersey or a? I mean, I guess a blank jersey would be allowable, but if you were going to put that on a poster or something like that, you'd want to be kitted from top to bottom.
yeah.
Right.
But, again, things that we put in the notes and we're learning. And trust me when I say this, I mean, we are truly learning every single day. We're learning about the podcast, the YouTube channel, the social medias, and management of all of that.
Hey,
we're learning about the team.
What I thought was funny about the photo shoot is I went out there and I know, RJ, you don't have much hair, but it looked like you were pulling it out trying to get all these kids to actually do what they're told, and just because obviously you're rushed and you're trying to do the photos, but to get them all lined up or do whatever, it's like
herding roaches.
The term reshoot was discussed.
Right, because of that reason, because they're just out there messing around, and it's trying to get them to.
When it was all said and done, RJ was like, yeah, we learned a lot. And I was like, do you want to reshoot it? I mean, we could just go back out there. But
Right.
I think we might have got away by the skin of our teeth this time, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Who crashed today?
It was the 427.
Have you ever talked on a CB?
Well, I was gonna say if it was the 137, that number was now needed to be changed, probably the way that he
With the superstition?
confessed to us about all his superstition last time.
Oh, that's why I asked you if he was okay with it, because I know how that kid gets, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's freaking him out because he's not 731, but
No.
Well, if it was him, we would have been changing that number.
Well, we talked about it on the last episode too. Shane, I know you weren't able to make it to the last one,
Yeah.
but we talked about when you sign up for your pro license, you get 3 options and you put them in your order of your priority. So 731 was first when we submitted the license. 731 was first. And then I tried texting him and calling him about saying, hey, 731 could potentially be taken. What would be your second and your third choice? And he never texted me back.
That's a good time not to text me.
oh, so you chose it?
So I chose it. So I went with number 300 second because we were just going to mess with Drew. So that was my second option. And then the third option, I think I went with 700 maybe, just because I was like, I can't I can't get him to answer, so I don't know or something. So I put it in. All 3 of them were taken.
You should have given him 13 since he's so superstitious. And does anybody have unlucky 13?
Well, you're not allowed to get a double-digit number unless you.
Well, if nobody wants it, it's available. No.
No, you can't have a double-digit number unless you scored points in the previous season.
Well, will he get 13 next
I'm
year?
not touching 13. I'm not superstitious, but I'm not touching 13.
Yeah. So all 3 of the ones that we selected were taken, and then the great people at Feld and AMA sent me an email, and it said, "Here is all the available numbers." So finally, I got him to answer, and I was like, "Hey, this is what's available." And we looked and looked and looked, and I was like, "Why don't you just do a reverse of the 731? You've run your whole life, and just do a 137." And he was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So that's what we did. So we got the 137 on Aiden, and then as the photo shoot revealed, the 427 on Cole Bradford, because he raced Minios as the number 27. Of course, can't have a double-digit number.
Yeah.
He wanted, I think, 227, 127, and 427. Those were his 3 options, and the only one that was available was the 427. So that's what he's got. And as those fine photos got released,
I thought they looked good. They were crisp. And like when I was there, you were shooting photos in a corner, and the corners were like pure terrible. No, for real. Like from the outside looking in, but like the camera catches like good moments, And like I thought you did pretty good at the photo shoot, and they look good. They look really good.
I mean, the quality of the photo was great. To me, it was the minor details. Like I was telling Tyler, I was talking to him right after he sent me some of the proofs before we released them to public, and I'm like, man, look at Cole's leg is in a different spot than everybody else. Everybody else has their leg straight. Cole has his leg up on the peg. And
now everybody's gonna know.
Yeah, so I was looking at it, and I was like, fine. I was honestly, I was mad at myself because I was like, how do I not see that? But then I go look at photos like of Team Green, and Adam Cicerello does the exact same thing. Everybody else on the photo in the whoops that they released, which was a great photo of Team Green, Kawasaki, and everybody, but Anderson and the PC boys, everybody has their leg straight. And then there's Adam that has his leg on a peg. And I'm like, well, if they can do it, then we can do it. Because, I mean, we're basically factory.
They're motocross. They're not GPU bottles.
Hey, slow down.
No, so it worked out fine. But no, the photos were great. And very great response, to the photos. We had a lot of social media interaction with the photos. And that was one thing we talked about on our last episode, that we were getting really close to that 10,000 follower mark between all of our different platforms, when you add them up. And then we were getting really close to that million reach in a month. Mm-hmm. And I can actually say here on episode number 15.
We lost some.
No.
Oh, we went backwards?
No. Your photos made us go backwards.
Did Kasha just make a funny?
Yeah, he did.
I tried.
I'm laughing.
We did cross both of those goals.
All right.
So on episode 15, we are now up to just shy of 11,000 on our followers between all the different platforms, and we are just shy of 1.1 million on our reach in the last 28 days.
All right.
So that's kind of cool. For me, that was a number or a goal that I wanted to try and hit, and it happened. So I'm excited for that, and I hope that we can continue to grow, but we do have to try and educate the people and let them know that, we truly need every share, every post like, every following, any of that stuff that you can help us with. That's big, I mean, the better that the podcast and the YouTube channel and the team does, the better that we can, do for people out there in the racing world and try and support as many people as possible. But either way,
I heard that most of the followers and the stuff that we're getting are in South Korea.
Oh, is that right?
No, I swear I heard that. That like most of the reach is going to like the Asian countries, which is cool because
Where
like
did
they're
you
big
get
fans.
that from?
Just making that up.
That is not true. That is not true whatsoever. But we were able to make the release, and we made that post, and it's kind of similar to Phoenix Honda. I don't know if you saw their post release, but David Eller and the boys at Phoenix Honda, great team. Colin Park's a great friend of ours and the show, and me personally, his whole family, the whole Park family, everybody. But I noticed, and I didn't really know this until I saw the post, but I did not realize that Phoenix Honda had so many different operations. They have the arena cross side, they have the supercross side, they have
Off-road.
ATV side.
And off-road, right?
And they have a GNCC side. So it kind of helps when I'm trying to explain to people. They're like, well, how are you helping amateur, racing and going racing in amateurs, but now you're going pro racing also? And it's like, well, it's as much as I wish it was all the same, it's not. You got Drew and Carson that are Team Green supported, and we help them as well, with different things, different aspects, whatever.
Well, I've had that question for myself, honestly. I think I asked you, like, how does this work?
Well, and I tried to kind of put that in our post a little bit, that we're going to have the amateur side, which will be, supporting Drew and Carson in whatever capacity that we can. And then we will have the East Coast Supercross, light side that we can help Aiden and Cole, go to as many rounds as we can go to. I do not think that we will be going to every East Coast round, simply because Salt Lake City is like 35 or 38 hour drive. So the cost of, fuel to get out there, the time to get out there, it's really going to depend on how the boys do.
And East-West shootout?
Well, it's an East-West shootout, but it's also the Supercross finale. Okay. It is Salt Lake City. And then there's an East-West shootout on the East schedule for East Rutherford, New Jersey, which is a Triple Crown East-West shootout, I believe. It might be an East-West shootout only. I'm not sure. The 4 that would be in question right now would be New Jersey, Indianapolis, Detroit, and Salt Lake City, because those 4 are so far. We have absolutely committed the first 4 rounds. Houston's February 4th, Tampa, which would be our home race, that's in our backyard, February 11th. They actually take February 18th as an off weekend. The whole series is shut down that weekend. And then February 25th would be Dallas, or Arlington as they call it. And then March 4th would be Daytona. We are committed to those 4, already signed up, paid, registered.
Wait, which ones you committed to?
Houston, Tampa, Dallas, Daytona. So
and not Nashville.
No. I'm talking about the first 4.
Oh, okay.
After Daytona.
Don't call me and tell me you want me to get that truck to New Jersey, because you're on your own on that one. I have a warrant up there.
That's great.
And it's really hard to get to.
Yeah. Well, New Jersey is an East-West shootout. So that one, the boys would essentially have to be, top 10 contending to go to that race, because with both coasts being there, you're essentially going to get the top 10 of each coast. That's going to fill your main. So then, you kind of look at Indy and Detroit. Well, then it really just boils down to fuel. So, I mean, we are going to have to make a decision after those first 4 rounds. We definitely plan on going to Atlanta, definitely plan on going to Nashville. But those are after the first 4 rounds. So I can pretty much commit or guarantee that we're going to go to those 6. Outside of those 6, I'm not sure. Because you still got Detroit, Indy, New Jersey.
Indy's. Oh, so Indy's not in the 6?
It's not in the guaranteed 6. It's still on the table. Yeah. I think that it's, for us financially as a team, I think the best decision for us would be to see how the boys are doing.
But for sure, we have to get through Houston.
Yep.
We gotta go to Houston and get the feet wet, and then see where it goes from there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Houston, February 4th, that'll be the 5th round of the series, the first round of the East Coast, and then the following weekend in Tampa. I mean, that's our home race. I mean, Aiden and Cole both grew up. Cole, as we speak right now, lives in Tampa. So, I mean, that stadium is only a couple minutes from his house. So that'll be a big round for them. We did get some Instagram messages about Tampa, and do we have a designated area that any of our team or staff or family is sitting? Great question. No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I do not have.
It's not really how it works.
Yeah, I don't have.
Let's just put that out there. It's not really how it works.
Well, I mean, I think they were just more of. They all know that that's going to be the big race for them. That's the one that's in our backyard. I mean,
yeah, I can't.
Tampa and Daytona.
Honestly, I couldn't even imagine what's going through either Aiden's head at that point or Cole Bradford's head at that point.
Yeah,
racing at Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah,
being local kids from around here, like it's huge for them.
Well, it's a cool story though.
It's amazing
to watch them grow up and go through the amateur ranks and whatnot, and then be able to race in front of your family and friends, at the professional level. That's great.
Yeah.
But to answer that question that we did get, I do not have a certain section that I know people are sitting in, because one of the comments was, if we could get some team swag like hats, shirts, whatever, which we do have on order, and I'm hoping they will be here by the race time, but They were talking about like filling a certain section. Like if someone wanted to buy tickets to the race, if they bought tickets in section, 230 or whatever it may be. And
Well, that's up to them.
yeah, that's where I'm at with it right now.
100%.
Yeah. So, no,
I mean, good for the support. That's awesome that people want to represent, and that's cool. But that's just not how it works. If you guys want to buy a big bunch of tickets and do it all together, then for sure.
Well, I think that's what they were saying though. Is like, hey, we want to buy tickets. Where do you have anybody that's sitting in a certain section, like whether it's family of the riders or whatever it may be? And at this moment, unfortunately, no, I don't. So, but outside of that, it's all good.
So you don't have a suite for us?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the semi. It's up in the rider lounge.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Shane, are you buying 50 tickets for us?
Well, that's my New Year's resolution, to be honest with you, is to up my game on the lottery tickets. So maybe by the time that February rolls around, yeah, man, I might just buy the stadium, and then we'll all have a suite.
Well, one thing before we get into actual Supercross racing and the pros and talking about some of our own personal predictions as far as the season preview and the outlook, one of the questions or one of the reasons that Indy might be off the table, depending on how the boys are doing, it's the same weekend as the Dade City Day in the Dirt. The Red Bull Day in the Dirt is the same weekend as Indy. So even if the boys, meaning Aiden and Cole, even if they end up going to Indy, I still believe that the semi and the remaining members of the team will probably go to Day in the Dirt because we have a lot of people, that we know and support, and we're going to talk about the FTR. They got an FTR coming up. We talk about Supercross preview and the season outlook and stuff like that. But while we're talking about Day in the Dirt, I think we ought to call Randy.
Okay.
I think that we should try and get him on the line and see if we can get him to give us some.
Randy who?
Randy Yoho, the owner of Dade City Motocross. Randy Yoho and I have been friends for a long time. I've ridden at his track since I was on Pee Wee's. Tyler, I think you might have rode there a time or two.
Never met him, no.
But I think we ought to call him and talk about the Day in the Dirt and try and get some info.
What you're talking about for Indy is actually a smart move because you can take the truck up there and it could be dead of winter still up there, and like it actually wreaks havoc on stuff, and 90% of the guys pit inside it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's actually a smart move not to go up there on that one with the semi. Obviously.
Well, and I've been to the Day in the Dirt Red Bull event at Dade City for the past couple of years, and it is a blast. I mean, it's so much fun. And I'm gonna see if we can reach out to Randy. Let's see if I can get him on the phone here.
Who would be driving the truck to Indy?
You're looking at him, Jack.
Well, the semi truck itself wouldn't be going.
Oh no, yeah, I take airplanes.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get him. You got us, Randy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Oh, let's pull some audio levels up here on you. I just want to make sure you can hear us. We got you on the podcast right now. We're on episode number 15, and we finally got our reach for the last month over 1 million. And we are sitting here right now, and we are talking about the Supercross schedule and the upcoming schedule for the team and the semi-truck and everything like that. And we brought up that the weekend of the Indy Supercross is also the weekend of the Red Bull Day in the Dirt at Dade City. So that would be March 10th, 11th, and 12th. Is that right?
That's right. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So tell me how did this whole thing come about, doing the Day in the Dirt at Dade City?
I tell you the truth, I think Ronnie Renner was he had this idea that come to me years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. Said, hey, I want to do this Grand Prix, and they do this kind of stuff out in California, and it made no sense to me. And, being a Red Bull athlete, Ronnie got with Hayes, and they come over there, and we talked about it. And the early stages, they didn't know if they just wanted to do their own thing and branded our own name. Then Kenny Alexander, that runs Day in the Dirt or owns Day in the Dirt, Fast House, licensed the name for it to Red Bull and was able to come down here and actually help us with the event and really to protect his brand, I think. And we're so happy that Kenny comes down and actually makes this thing successful. He brings a lot of people to this event, from California, and just get that vibe that the Day in the Dirt out there which they run that during Thanksgiving weekend. So that's how it kind of started. And we're able to put the deal together. And the first year we got started, and COVID hit us. And the next one we did pretty well. I think I don't know, 1,800 entries, and then last year 3,400 entries. So we got some serious growth there. That
Hey,
we're
almost double. Almost double.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a lot when you try to put that into a format that we're not used to doing. So we made a lot of notes from last year. We'll make a lot of changes. We're going to put some track maintenance into the day we're actually scheduled. We got Brad with 402, I believe is the name of his company. He's going to come out and help with the maintenance during the event. I tell you the truth, I went out there on the dozer the last day to do a little maintenance because we had some downtime. I was embarrassed at how rough that racetrack got. I couldn't even get the dozer across. I don't know how those guys rode it.
Well, I mean, I've been there, I think, every year at the moment, and I just can't believe how much fun that event is. I mean, it's just it's the whole weekend is fun. The atmosphere, the vibes, the people. I really, really enjoy that event, and that's one of the things that we were just talking about. But Randy, overall with Dade City Motocross, I mean, what year did Dade City Motocross start?
We started in '79. Track was closed for a while because of some issues. Some people got hurt and a few things, and I promised them that wouldn't happen under my watch as far as out of control pit riding and stuff like that. They had a mechanic get killed, and that stopped the racing there for 6 years. So,
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we decided. I told Mr. Clayton that wouldn't happen under my watch, and basically that's why we're pretty strict on the pit riding rules. And I don't own it, so we do lease from the fairgrounds, and so they have the final word. So try to keep it within reason and safe in the pit area. You can go crazy on the racetrack all you want, but pit area we need to keep safe.
Yeah, no doubt. I fully understand that one, and I think we've got a bit of an idea here that Tyler Kasha, I think, was the instigator that started the idea about possibly doing a bike build specific for the Day in the Dirt event at Dade City Motocross, March 10th through the 12th. And during that event, basically unveiling this bike. So Tyler and I, over our holiday break, have been texting back and forth and looking at all these different bikes that are out there. And basically what we were I can't give it all away because it's not fine-tuned just yet, but making a Red Bull Day in the Dirt, Dade City MX and Future MX bike and documenting the build, and then seeing if we can get last year's champion there, Mr. Pooh Sipes, who's part of the Future MX team. Maybe we have him show up and ride that thing at the event and bring the semi there and kind of do an unveiling of the bike, and then let him go ride it at that extremely rough track that Randy has.
Well, we're going to smooth that thing out. I might take the first lap on it, then see what kind of lap times I can turn on that thing. But no, I'm not riding at the end. I got news for you. That was we fixed those problems. How's that? We're going to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Can we let Pooh ride the bike and then raffle it off?
I don't know. I have not worked out all the details. Tyler and I just kind of started going back and forth with this thing, and we wanted to get a bike that was, something really cool, not just a new, okay, we brought this off the showroom floor and put some stickers on it. We want to do a build, something that we can, almost like a barn find, or something that we can build and
bring it back to life.
Bring it back to life, and then get it all dolled up for the event. We can, kind of keep everybody in the loop about how the build is going, and use that to promote not only the Red Bull event with Randy and the Day in the Dirt and the Dade City Motocross series as a whole, and then also the Future MX, we can document it through our YouTube channel and our podcast about what we're all doing, and, basically unveil it at that event and then go spend some laps on it. And the good thing about that event, Randy, is there's so many different classes there that there's something for everybody. We could probably ride, a bike in multiple different classes.
Oh, absolutely. there is so many classes, and that's what we're trying to. We're actually supposed to have sign up open on the 1st, but restructuring some classes on Kenny's advice to, hey, need to get a little more West Coast classes. They make no sense to me over here, but Teresa last year said, no, we needed to make these changes. So they've been working with us to restructure some classes. We're going to have to restrict the classes because of the amount of entries that we have. So once we get that sign up open, and especially those 2-stroke classes, they fill up like instant. A lot of people ask about electric and stuff, but the track actually runs through the electric area, so there's no electric that we're actually selling. So, but it should be. I think we've added a bunch of people to sign up. We get the same timing people back, so scoring went really well last year, and we got a pretty good team, and we're going to make it even better this year.
Hey, Randy, was 402 there last year?
No, we didn't do any. We didn't do track maintenance last year at the end of the day. So yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. It's probably my first race, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But I think I should have been on that. So,
well, was it because of the first year there was only 1,800 entries, and then it almost doubled the next year, and so the track just gets so beat?
Yeah, we knew how many entries was going to be there, so we should have said, hey, we're going to have some maintenance. But then we overloaded the classes with the amount of people, so there was no time during the day to put scheduled maintenance in.
Right.
Yeah.
So we made that scheduled maintenance at the end of the program. We brought Brad in to help us with the tracks, and along with our dozers and skid steers. So making these adjustments and sign-up lines. You may even see your pre-entry stuff get mailed out this year. We're working on that, trying to fine-tune. That's why I signed up running a little bit late right now. But we just don't want to sit there and have a mile-long sign-up line,
Yeah.
Those are tough.
So it's the most fun I think I've ever had on 2 wheels.
I hear that over and over.
Yeah,
and over.
I'm sure you've heard it before. But if I was going to think of a drawback, it was those pain points like you're talking about with sign up, as well as staging. Staging was just insanity. Sometimes you'd sit there for 30, 40 minutes, and it sounds like you're trying to make some adjustments for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just rip them apart, Tyler. God.
Yeah, no.
Negative Nancy over here.
This is in our notes. Believe me, and like I said, you're overwhelmed with that many entries. You got to remember a pretty big amateur nationals, 1,800 riders.
Yeah.
So when you throw this amount of entries in there, you've got your hands full, and during the week, then you're trying to staff this with people, and people do have jobs. So there's a lot of hurdles to jump to make this work, and like I said, we've definitely learned from.
Well, even though Tyler wants to bash it, I'm still looking forward to it.
Thanks, Tyler. But I tell you the truth, it ran pretty dang good. We didn't have anybody other than Tyler complaining. So.
Hey, Randy, you mentioned that there was some West Coast classes versus East Coast classes. So the classes out there during the day in the dirt are different than the ones that are out here?
Yeah, they're the same. They're just kind of named different.
Okay.
We do ABC. They do, I guess, intermediate, novice, beginner. I don't know.
Well, I'm from the West Coast, so yes. I never heard of A, B, or C until I moved back here to the East Coast. So I didn't know that they had different races. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, everything's going to be the same. It's just going to be called a different name. So we got to confuse the East Coast people, but. Anyway, it's all fun. I tell you, the team that puts this on is just incredible. It's fun to work with,
Right.
Kenny and that whole Fast House gang is really, really easy to work with. So, and like I said, if you run into events, sometimes they look smooth on the outside and it's chaos on the inside. But I feel like we're going to make the right adjustments because I think it looks smooth, but on our end, like, holy cow, what a mess. And,
well, Randy, outside of the Day in Dirt, like we said, it's coming up March 10th through 12th, Day in the Dirt Red Bull event at Dade City Motocross, right here located Central Florida. It's a great event for that. But I want to talk about real quick the Dade City series itself. You guys have your own internal series that you do. You got practice every Thursday night, schools on Saturday morning, racing on Saturday night. When does that series start?
This year is going to start for the first time in January. So we got a mess going with Tampa Stadium coming to, February, second weekend in February. That's usually one of our points nights.
Right.
Because we start the first 2 weeks in February, then we're closed for the fair for 2 weeks. We have to let the fairgrounds use the fairgrounds for the fair, So
right.
We're trying to work that out so we can just run year round, but they're not having it. But anyway, so we got the fair. Then we come right out of that into Day in the Dirt. One race or so. Then we're into Day in the Dirt. So it's just a very busy schedule. So we're actually having to back up to the 28th of January for the first race, and we'll do the first weekend in February. Then the Winter Am has moved and added a race, so our first 2 points races will be Dead against the Winter Am. And we called Win about that and said, hey, look at what's going on. You're running on my dates here, but we're on Saturday, and we have a drop program at Dade City. We can drop 4 races because we're only counting, I think, 17 races out of the 21 we run. So it works out. But, we've been doing this series from day one, so this is our 44th annual. So it's incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So anybody that wants to see that, is it DadeCityMX.com?
Yep, DadeCityMX.com. And schedule, we got the opening date, but the new schedule will go up here probably tonight or tomorrow.
Well, there you go.
We'll have the Day in the Dirts open also here within the next day or so also.
I'm glad Brad's helping out with Day in the Dirt because that means Brad's going to be down here and he's for sure coming on the podcast.
Yeah, we were going to have Brad on the podcast last week, but with the weather, it just kind of wrecked the whole schedule.
It screwed everybody up pretty much.
So we were going to have Aaron Plessinger, AP7, and Brad with 402 on our show last week, but the rains came down in the middle of the week and kind of changed up everybody's program. But overall, Randy, I greatly appreciate your time and taking the call. And I personally, even though Tyler is not, I'm really looking forward to the Day in the Dirt.
We're gonna make another call after we hang up here to Tyler. So we'll take care of Tyler. Don't you worry about that. But just a quick note on Brad. Me and Kenny Keelan went out. When we had our private Supercross track and all, and we started to build it ourselves. We know a little bit about motocross. We started building that Supercross track about 2 hours in. We just pulled alongside each other, so we did not know what we're doing. We had to call professionals to come in and build those tracks because it's incredible what Brad does.
They're a different breed of operator.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We can all run dozers and stuff, but to build that and build it safe and that's an art, and it's worth every penny of it. So there's my Brad plug for the day. How's that?
Yeah. Well, we always try to plug Brad because he's a good dude. He's a really good dude too. On top of that,
I'm trying to get a good deal for Day in the Dirt. So.
It wouldn't. Yeah. Why wouldn't you, Randy?
We've already negotiated that, so that's not what it's about. No, he's just a good guy. All right. So anyway, thanks for calling me, RJ, and all you guys, everybody but Tyler. But,
hopefully this bike build goes good. I can't wait to see what goes on with that. I feel like I'm gonna have to break out my Cerakote oven and start doing parts for some kind of bike build here in the near future.
Randy,
I don't know what have you decided exactly the bike, or is that the secrets?
Yeah, we can't give all the details out just yet. We're going to fine tune, what we're going to do as far as the bike and the details of the build and everything that goes with it. But for right now, we've got an idea, and we're going to want to unveil it at Day in the Dirt.
Randy, right. I've got RJ with his hands above his head. He's freaking out. I'm not sure what's up. Right now.
I must be going too long here. I don't know.
No, you're totally fine.
I think it's a technical difficulties issue. And then I saw him hit the record button.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be a small problem, but we'll work.
I remember all those days when you worked for me, and we went through the same problem.
I told him I never met you before the show.
Yeah, I think the people out there say, "Man, that guy, he doesn't know Randy or something." I don't know.
No, That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Randy. And anybody that's looking forward to it, go to DadeCityMX.com to check out the series, the schools, the practice schedule and racing schedule, and then obviously the Day in the Dirt, Red Bull Day in the Dirt, will be coming up March 10th through the 12th at Dade City MX. So all that info will be posted up here within the next couple days, and by that time, hopefully signups and schedule and everything will be released, and we'll be good to go.
We're ready. We'll get ready.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
All right, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, a little minor technical issue there.
We've got fail safes in place. It should be okay. And now Randy hates me, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's great. We also gained another guest here.
Yeah, dude, I saw this little guy like crawling on the ground through the door over there, like sneaking in here. I was like, who the heck? Oh, it's freaking Dukey, man. What are you doing, dude?
Hang on.
Get your microphone up to your mouth there, buddy.
Your microphone ain't going to work by your kneecap.
That's me standing up, dude.
Getting it all set up over here. The Dukester came and joined us. We briefly touched on it a little bit earlier, Duke, and didn't go into much of the hardcore details, but we kind of let the people know that one of the boys took a little spill today, but we're okay. Nothing broken, so that's a good thing. Probably a couple days off the bike, but we'll get back at it. But we were just getting ready to go into all the different stuff going on at this time. I mean, it's truly craziness right now. This time of the year, really. I mean, you think most people in what I kind of consider like normal world, I guess, you got holidays and, between Christmas and New Year's.
A lot of college football going on.
A lot of college football.
Super exciting this weekend, by the way.
It was. And with all of that, a lot of people that maybe aren't in the industry don't necessarily get to see or know that this is crunch time. This is the last minute hoorah, and with flights and people traveling and doing different things, a lot of these guys flew out to California yesterday, and are possibly already there, and just getting last minute changes, last minute prep, because here we go, 1 week or not even a week, it's a couple days at this point. A1's here. January 7th, Anaheim 1, start of the Supercross season for 2023. Yeah. Let's get into that a little bit, Shane. I mean,
you mentioned everybody flying out right now or whatever, but like if I was still doing what I did back in the day or whatever, I probably would have went out to California in November.
Yeah, honestly,
to get ready for January, and then I would have came home for a couple days for Christmas, and then see everybody, And so, yeah, it's definitely go time. Obviously, the riders are doing their thing, but the behind the scenes, like Dukey knows what goes on. It starts 2 months in advance.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me a couple of years ago about the truck. Getting the truck prepped. I mean, getting it ready to go, stocked with stuff. I mean, that was months. That starts
then.
Yeah.
That started in September.
You A1?
Last year I was, yeah.
You were at A1 last year?
Yeah, it was last couple of years I have been.
Yeah.
I'm glad Dukey came in, because this is the start of a new Supercross season, and you've obviously been there and done that. And it's great to have another person that gives some input on what you think about this upcoming season, and where are you at on the teams and the moves that have been made. And
unlike me and RJ, just a couple of morons.
Oh, Rands.
That's not what I meant, but sometimes Dukey's got some weird knowledge, so I want to hear it.
Well,
A1. Let's just talk about A1.
A1. Okay.
Let's just talk about A1, because it's always a mess.
Yes, it is a total mess. But you can't win the championship, but you can lose the championship in one weekend.
Yeah. Explain your thought process there.
Well, when you have these guys that are being as consistent as they are, and they're top 5, top 10 guys every single weekend. I mean, if you go out there and wad it up at A1,
exactly,
and you get a DNF or an 18th place finish, whatever it may be, I mean, that could be your title dreams down.
That's what I was going to say. You crash, you make the main, you're one of the top guys. You go down, something breaks, blow up a motor. You got to be prepared for it, and you go out there and thinking you're going to be the guy. You go out there and like you say, something happens.
Well, that brings up a good point, because Anaheim 1 winners, this is a good stat, honestly, and I don't know it personally, but like it's probably a good one to look up.
I know where you're going.
You know right where I'm going.
Yes, sir.
Anaheim 1 winners. How many of them win the championship?
Yep. Yep.
Not very many.
Not many. No.
Not very many.
No.
So
So you got to go out to the first race and be consistent. You don't. If I was wrenching for the top guy or my pick, I would tell him we don't have to win tonight. Yeah, it's nice, but we don't have to win.
yeah, of course.
Let's count our blessings. Take 4th, 5th, maybe put her in the box. Go home. Everything's cool. Next week, get back after it. Then you can start.
Well, as the season progresses, nobody ever remembers the Anaheim 1 winner. Like, it's all the backstretch after about round 9, 10. You know.
Yep.
The season don't start till Daytona, right?
Exactly. Well, that's yeah. I mean,
That's
When
what
you think you're prepared,
that's a good point.
you know.
the thing I love about A1 though is,
It's exciting.
the people that did make off-season moves, like I'm just going to use a Christian Craig for example, right? You want to see what he's going to do. Going over to the Husky and going to the 450 class, you want to see what he's going to do and how
New
do you
gear,
you
new
don't
goggles,
right.
helmets.
And you don't know that until you see it at A1.
Exactly right.
And I think that's why, A1 obviously has such the hype and the buzz
Yeah.
because there's so much. I know, Mathis and Wygant, JT, they've been doing these, preview shows and stuff, multiple episodes of the preview episodes. And that's where the hype comes from, is because there's so much excitement about going to watch and see, this A1 race. Who's going to be good? And I think, wasn't it Seth Rarick that when he was on the show, he was talking about, like, you really can't gauge against other guys. Like, let's use the Baker Factory, for example. You're only riding with the same people on the same brand of bike every day.
Yeah.
You don't know where you're going to stack up against a Eli Tomac or a Jason Anderson.
Not till you get there.
Not till you get to A1.
Right.
Right? And then you got to go from there.
A lot of these guys you've heard nothing from. Some of them you've heard a lot from. Those guys that you hear nothing from, you got to wonder: is there something wrong?
No.
Or are they just hiding in the deep grass and waiting to come out?
Yeah.
I did gain a little bit of knowledge today on the golf course. I heard that, and you brought him up, Christian Craig. I heard today that he's going through the whoops right now, like he's on a lights bike still.
Yeah.
So,
Heard the same thing.
but at the same time, he's never raced a full Supercross series on a 450. So I can't wait to see Christian Craig go through the whoops on a 450 because he's a whoop monster. He's amazing.
Absolutely.
It's funny with how your memory works. Like, did you see? There's been a YouTube video recently where somebody did like a tribute to Bar to Bar. If you remember Bar to Bar, from
Yeah.
back in like
Yeah, I remember it, yeah.
2007. Well, somebody
The
did it.
VHS.
Yeah, somebody did it for last year. Just somebody took clips and stuff, and you're watching. I want to say the first three rounds or something like that, and your title winner Tomac is, he's kind of non-existent in terms of running up front. He might be running top 5. So like you were saying before, you may not be the winner those first few rounds, but there's time to progress and time to make improvements that will eventually get you to the promised land.
Well, that's seasoned guys. They're smart, and they know that just be like Dukey said, being consistent and just going after it, getting better. Tomac's never lighting the world on fire in the beginning of the season,
Never.
ever. But he's always there at the end. So I don't know why people don't learn off of that fact, but it's what it is.
That adrenaline gets going. Been there, done that. Right?
If you don't
Starting
win
line.
if you don't win A1 though, who are you?
Well, looking at this list, I've got the lineup. You got 47 guys right now that are pre-entered for the 450 class. And then you have 56 currently pre-entered to the 250 class. Now, obviously, that could change. It could be a couple more that get added on this week or whatever it may
Could be less if somebody don't quit over jumping stuff.
Could be. Good thing we're riding East Coast.
Yeah, I was trying to make a funny again.
Dude, leave that kid alone, man. He crashed. Everybody crashes.
I just wanted to make a funny for Shane.
No, that's good. That's number 2 for the night.
So, talking about the 250 class specifically, and I'm not trying to leave anybody out, so I don't want anybody's feelings to get hurt if I didn't talk about them. But you got Jet Lawrence, your defending champ, coming. RJ Hampshire, good friend of the show, local Florida boy here that's been on one of our episodes before. Pierce Brown, Maximus Volan, Derek Kelly, Levi Kitchen, Cameron McAdoo, Mitchell Oldenburg, Styles Robertson, Derek Drake, Enzo Lopes. It goes on and on and on and on.
Eric Drake riding a Suzuki?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Amen.
Is Max Volan still on factory KTM?
Yes, this is the second year of his contract.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just surprising to me.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not trying to cause drama, but
Well,
No,
okay. Well,
it's-
why is that surprising?
I don't know, man.
I said the same
Just-
exact thing when I seen the numbers again yesterday.
I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't
you
see
think
it.
he should be done?
I think I don't know.
You trying to Zach Bell him?
No, Zach Bell.
I think what you're trying to say
Zach
is
Bell is. I'm a big fan of Zach Bell, and he races off road for Factory Kawasaki. Amazing rider.
But
You're
he
saying
was, he
that
was
Max
younger.
Where's
Volan
number one?
might not be
He's got a contract.
worthy
obviously.
of a factory ride.
No.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, you just young and done him, just like that.
I just think
think
he
they
went.
brought him
He
up.
went. He went too big, too quick with
Yep.
a big team.
Absolutely.
I thought that whole thing was negotiated. Like, we know you're super young.
No, I feel like KTM's regretting it. Let's just call it. That's how I see it. Sorry, it's my opinion.
He was kind of Rogers' golden boy. That's what I was told
Yeah.
when I raced against him in Super Minis.
Right.
Caden Amrine.
This was a
And
calculated risk.
It was but they've been planning it for a long time.
Yeah.
They
So what happens if he goes out and
Well,
wins?
not everything-
If he goes out and wins A1, does that change your mind?
No, because it's A1. Is he
what-
going to be there at the end?
No,
I don't know.
Okay, so let's go. They go A1, Oakland, San Diego, A2. So they have 4 races in California. In the California stretch, if he's top 5 in all 4 of those rounds, does that change your mind?
I just don't see him. Come on, dude. He's racing Jet. He's racing. Even Levi. I give Levi Kitchen
RJ
more clout than
RJ
than
Hampshire.
Volan.
Everybody loves Kitchen.
Oh, and
McAdoo.
in my opinion, for the GOAT, RJ Hampshire. No, I don't get the Volan thing.
I'm surprised you're so hard on Volan for saying.
I'm not hard on him. I don't even know him.
Well, I'm saying like you're hard on his deal and his what is he, a 3-year deal or something like
it's
that?
maybe it's not Max's fault. Maybe it's KTM's fault. It's a bad
there's
deal,
a lot of
in
other
my opinion.
riders. There's a lot of other riders who have had way more leniency.
I think McAdoo's going to bounce his rear tire off of Volan's helmet and go on to a win, to be honest with you.
He'll bounce the rear tire off a tough block, a stadium seat.
Well, I mean, I look at some of these names that are on this list right here. You know, Jet Lawrence, RJ Hampshire, Pierce Brown, Max Volan,
Pierce
Levi
Brown's
Kitchen,
good.
Cameron McAdoo,
Amazing rider.
Mitchell Oldenburg's good. You know, Mitchell Oldenburg, Styles Robertson. I mean, there's some good.
So you don't have a
good
problem with
names.
Styles Robertson?
Problem?
Yeah, you don't think?
No,
that
I don't
he's
have a
been
problem
around
with
too long?
Max Volan. I just think it's not a good deal for KTM.
Okay, I'm just so.
I think they brought him up too soon, and
The same
they're
sentiment
expecting
is
a lot.
not.
Styles, I think,
Styles is good.
You do not feel the same way.
no,
Okay.
because Styles, I don't know, man. Well, they're both in the same bracket.
mean,
Let
that's
me
why I
put
was
it.
asking.
Let me put it. That's a good question. Let me put it there. But I think Styles is in the same bracket. But all talented riders, trust me. But it's just not working out for the business, the teams.
I mean, we'll say it. Just they're the top. Yeah, we understand that, but there are so many other items at play here, like we're discussing, and that's Styles Robinson has a similar type of tenure with Husqvarna. Is he still on Husqvarna, or is he?
No,
Where's he at now?
he's a Star Yamaha.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Hey, but honestly, I think this is going to be a good year. I mean, obviously, he's a player, obviously.
Well, I
honestly
mean-
think that this is going to be a good year for Pro Circuit again, because it's been a long time, and McAdoo's a little bit more seasoned, maybe a little bit more patient, and obviously number 30, Shimoda's.
Is Shimoda West Coast?
No,
No, but like
I don't-
it's
I
just
don't- I
overall,
don't
it's
know
going to be a
because
good year for.
He's not
PC.
listed.
Shimoda's not?
He's not listed on here as being pre-entered right now. I mean,
No, that's West Coast.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
but
Oh, no, he's not.
but don't they have 4 guys?
Yeah.
So why? Who are we
It's
missing?
Hammaker I'm thinking of.
What about him? He's not on here either.
He's not on there either?
No, the only I'm seeing McAdoo. I mean, unless I'm missing something here.
The Haymaker. Maybe he's riding east.
Is it Hammaker or Haymaker? You said it
I
different.
like Haymaker.
Hammaker.
I just like that name.
I like Haymaker too.
Haymaker's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a
I'm-
good kid.
Because we've all thrown some haymakers.
I don't know. I mean,
Duke, he's
I'm,
got a Supercross win, right?
I'm looking
He
at
has a win,
the.
don't he?
A couple of them, I think.
I'm looking at the AMA. You know,
I don't think
pre-entered stuff.
I don't think that's updated.
It may not be. It may
No,
not be.
because there's not enough entries. First of all,
Yeah, 56.
there'll be 80. There'll be 80 some entries.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're just missing it. But we do know. I mean, in my opinion, I think Jet's probably the one with the target on his back. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
I think he's got to be defending champ. He's got to be the one.
But I don't think it's going to bother Jet.
I don't think it will either. But I think he's the one that I think he's the man to beat. In my opinion, I personally believe a repeat for a title in Supercross would be realistic.
Absolutely.
I know, RJ talked about it when he was on the episode when he came in here, and that's, if they made changes to that bike and they're happy with those changes, and that bike might have, got a little bit better, I think RJ is going to be there. He's going to be a contender. I honestly, I like those Troy Lee bikes too. I think Pierce Brown,
Are they on? So I think that Barsha, basically that gas is a new bike this year, if I'm remembering correctly.
I
think it's last year's They just got new bikes.
Yeah.
So they might be the same as the KTMs.
So we'll see if they have
Yeah.
the same, hiccups, I guess, that maybe
Struggles.
KTM and Husqvarna had last year.
I think KTM is going to be good this year. Between Coop, AB, I think they got the hiccups and all that stuff worked out, and I got some more knowledge that from the golf course today that Cooper's doing really well. He looks super athletic, and he's out there at the Baker factory with the best guys in the business through the whoops, and so I hear he's doing really well.
His mood is what's really going to make it for him.
Yeah.
He's seen the light, and he had some time off, and he's made that, in all his interviews. I think that's what sticks out in my mind when I hear his interviews is his time away last year as outdoors. He didn't race outdoors, but he went out and he got to play, woods ride, just have fun.
We're not on 450s yet, Dukey. We're talking.
You're the one that went there.
That brought it up.
I just said Coop, man.
You said the KTM, Coupe, and AP.
I think KTM on the 450 side of things this year, because he talked about hiccups with gas, and I think that KTM's not going to have hiccups last year, and then they got that stuff straightened out. That's how they work. They're a professional organization. They're going to figure it out.
Are they going to help out the old silver-rimmed Banshees over there with the gas?
Black rims. They had black rims last year.
Of course they're gonna. Of course they're gonna.
Stock form their silver.
Of course they're gonna trickle down a little bit of knowledge, not all of it, but a little bit for sure. For sure.
Right, Dukey? Stock form their silver.
They got a new manager.
Who?
Troy Lee does.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's his son, right?
Max, yeah.
Yep. I mean, I think it'd be good to see them, and do well. I mean, I like that team. I like.
Oh, absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
they're good. But so let's wrap up this 250 thing.
Yeah, before we go to 450s, you're right. Let's talk about what we think about at least A1, which is 110% unpredictable in my mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who else is riding for Star?
Jordan Smith.
For West Coast?
I don't know.
I don't see him on here. I mean, Levi.
Thrasher, is Levi on there?
Levi
will be he's a major threat.
Levi's number 43.
Yep.
So Levi's on here. I mean, this whole top list, McAdoo, Oldenburg, Styles, Robertson.
Yeah.
So Styles is
Styles
Star.
and
So Styles and Levi would be two of them, right?
yeah.
And then I don't know who else.
They have like 6 or 7 guys in 250, so
I'll go with my prediction right now. Pierce Brown, P1, Oldenburg, P2, Jet, P3.
Really?
Yep.
wow.
A1.
Dude.
Wow.
Did you fall down?
No.
Really?
I just what I'm
Your
predicting.
head?
Were you on the Supercross track today?
Yeah.
Did you go down?
I was out there this morning.
Well,
Did you over?
No, I was out there with one of those guys, but he wasn't riding.
I seen some people riding today that getting her done,
Going good.
going real good.
Yeah, but they're Pierce Brown's getting her done over there,
And I've heard-
Oldenburg is getting her done over there. Like, come on.
Wait,
heard
let me
some
get
good
that top
things.
3 one more time. Pierce
Yep.
Brown.
Pierce Brown, Oldenburg,
Jet.
and Jet.
Didn't even put RJ in the top 3.
P4, P5 for RJ.
No. No.
Wow.
Are we writing this down?
I can. We probably should. That
You
way we can
probably
talk about
should.
it- Talk about
Are
it
we
on the
going to do a
next.
prediction thing each week?
I wouldn't write
No,
that
not
down.
each week, but at least for A1. You, what do you mean?
I'm just, you might want to do
Well,
a version
I can't wait to
2.0.
hear. You can't. A1. You can never state it's going to be Jet Lawrence. No.
We should do a thing every week, and then we get a prize.
We're gonna do a top 3.
What kind of prize?
Top 3 every
We'll
week.
work on that.
So right now Shane's going
Get you a
Pierce.
blow up doll.
Where we have to put in like $5 every time if you're not even close or you ain't got one guy. in
I'm
the top
going to
3
be
or-
close.
We'll put. I'm not saying you're not.
A1. I'm going to be close.
All right. Kasha. Tyler Kasha.
You can't just make those picks. I'm not going to do something crazy and start naming Oldenburg and stuff as
Oldenburg's
top threes.
amazing.
Brown.
He goes good.
That dude-
Is he
dude-
on that Firepower Honda team?
Don't matter what that guy's on.
Oldenburg? I thought he was
my
on
God.
Troy Lee.
No,
No, he.
Not?
Firepower. I think that's Firepower.
Yeah, good. Firepower's going to come out strong.
Wow, look, I mean,
I'm gonna say Jet for 1.
Yeah. I mean that's
He could probably crash at the start and still win.
that's a good call.
He might come across the finish line and like run into somebody in the air. I don't know.
I'm thinking.
Moto Concepts. Oldenburg.
So and then I'm gonna do Jordan Smith second.
Is he in it?
Is he on West or East?
I don't see him.
Let me see.
again,
I'm
that's
feeling.
that's not updated. He's
not
a
updated.
star too.
Give me a star.
Hey,
in
no,
second.
pick Jordan Smith.
Give me a
I
star.
hope he doesn't show up. I hope he's racing. Pick Jordan
He's got
Smith.
COVID.
Well, I mean the thing is I don't
I won. Yeah.
as far as the star guys, I mean I'm seeing and this again, like Dukey
guys.
just said, this might not be updated, but Levi Kitchen and Styles Robertson.
I don't like either of those. For
Is
second.
either who's Masterpool riding for?
He just got signed by somebody too, and I can't remember who it was.
I want to swap second for RJ.
Hey,
So
wait.
You're going Jet first, Jet, and then RJ.
Yeah,
I need an updated entry.
and then give me. I'm not looking at the
I
list
went
right
with
now.
mine. I just went with it because they're on there.
Yeah, I mean this is the list that's up here. And I'm only giving you basically
Faulkner.
the lower numbers.
I don't know.
You
No
know.
Faulkner yet. No Faulkner on the list, I should say.
Yeah, I mean it's Jet, RJ, Pierce Brown, Maximus Volan, Derek Kelly, Levi Kitchen, Cameron McAdoo, Mitchell Oldenburg, Styles Robertson, Derek Drake, Enzo Lopes, Robbie Wageman, Max Anstie, Phil Nicoletti.
Max Anstie?
That's what it says. Number 63.
Okay.
Dylan Walsh, Ty Masterpool, Cole Thompson, Mitchell Harrison, Dylan Schwartz, Caden Amarine, doing West. And then outside of that, I mean, I don't really see, and I'm not saying this rudely by any means, but I don't really see anybody that kind of jumps out in the 3-digit numbers that I think would be.
Max Miller.
What number is he?
604, I think.
Yeah, he's in there.
Hey, Pierce Brown won a race last year.
Max Miller's
Did
in
he?
there. Hunter Yoder.
Pretty sure he did. He didn't win one race. I think he
No.
he got on the podium a lot though.
No.
Pierce Brown did.
I want to put a star
Did he
rider
not?
between Jet and
If anybody did it,
RJ.
Bozeman.
I just don't know who it is.
They race on opposite coasts.
I know, but
So I can't even give you a
no,
list.
Pierce Brown.
I
if he
think-
was, maybe once.
I think Pierce Brown is going to. I think this is his year on a
His
light
face
spike.
doing really good.
Thank you.
My spies out in California. I
Yeah.
got spies over on the
I thought everybody was going good over here. You're
I
not.
got spies everywhere. I got spies on the other side of town. I got spies in California. I got spies down south.
Do you have spies in Russia? Because I heard
I do have
Borbashov's going pretty good too.
Yep.
He has literally
I
carried.
do have spies in Russia.
All right, so this is who they have as 250 riders. Nate Thrasher, number 29. Number 40. Nope, this has changed different numbers.
Is Thrasher on West Coast?
No.
Because I might change my pick.
Exactly.
If the round one was at Atlanta Motor Speedway, I'd change my pick.
I don't even think these numbers are right.
Yeah, they're not.
Nate Thrasher, Styles Robertson, Levi Kitchen, Nick Romano, and Jordan Smith. So
Yep.
it's only showing me on this right now. It's only showing me Levi Kitchen and Styles Robertson.
I don't.
They got like 7 guys. So there's got to be at least 3 doing West Coast.
It says here they've got 5. Nate Thrasher, Styles Robertson, Levi Kitchen, Nick Romano, Jordan Smith. I mean, obviously they have Dax Bennick, Hayden Deegan, but those are considered amateur to them.
Right.
And who's our Cowie West Coast?
That's what they only show one guy.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
That's such a. Now I know what.
Did you
Matt
try
is always
Racer X?
complaining about.
They don't post it till like Thursday.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But still, I mean,
For round 1 and going with your picks, it really does matter because you have what Shane was talking about with the uncertainty surrounding round 1.
Absolutely.
Like if I knew Jordan Smith was racing West Coast, that is one of my top 3.
yeah.
But
I can't pick until I see the correct list.
Well, it's going to be hard to do because we're not going to have another podcast until after A1.
have to
So
put it on
I mean, realistically, Jet's got to be in the top 3. I'm putting Jet and RJ in the top 3.
not to Shane.
Well, I mean, he's
That's
third to Shane, so
because
it's top.
he's Shane.
So I tend to agree with you, Tyler, that I think Jet's going to be up there. I think RJ Hampshire is going to be up there. But I think I'm, and he didn't even put him on his top 3, but he talked about it. But I think I'm going to lean a little bit towards McAdoo here.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean a little bit towards McAdoo. I think my top 3 for me to go on record would probably be Jet, RJ, McAdoo, in that order. You think? Nope.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
I think
I think the question still for me is the star bike. Who's on the star bike?
No, there's a reason why I didn't put a Yamaha in top 3.
Why?
I'll tell you right now, because they got a bunch of youngins. And they probably all have like little girlfriends now. And they're more worried about all this other BS. And I know those kids don't know how to focus yet, like these seasoned guys. I put seasoned guys on my top 3. These youngins they're gonna SHIT the bed the first not the season,
Who
the
was
first
Shane's
race.
top 3 again?
Shane went Pierce Brown, Oldenburg, Jet Lawrence. Yeah.
No, RJ?
Nope.
No, because RJ might lead the first 5 laps, and I'm not knocking him. I love the dude; he's a great dude, but he might lead a lap or 2, or maybe 5, or maybe 12. I just don't have a lot of confidence in RJ.
But he's
The first race. Guarantee you, RJ will end up podium pie probably multiple times this season.
Duke, did you have a top 3?
Come on, Duke, just spit it out.
Jet Lawrence,
Yeah, Jet's definitely in it.
You're biased because you're watching him all the time, bud.
Cameron McAdoo.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, who's the third spot? You think it's going to be one of those star bikes, or you think it's going to be one of those
Derek
Troy Lee
Drake.
bikes? Derek
I
Drake.
do like Derek Drake. I know.
Derek Drake.
I do like Derek Drake.
Derek Drake is a great kid.
He's got a new heart.
He can be great all he wants. We're talking about Saturday night. Is he going to be great on Saturday night?
Don't put me down for Derek Drake.
See, I just talked you out of it.
I'm going all the way.
It's got to be a star bike.
Swap out RJ for
But the
Derek
thing
Drake.
what you just said about star, that makes so much sense. They're all a bunch of young'uns.
Yeah.
They are.
They'll come around for sure. And,
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to get on the podium, but A1,
And they'll probably lead
yeah.
some of the race.
I would honestly, I think a safe spot right there would be like Pierce Brown. Honestly, Derek Kelly too. Derek Kelly might do it, but Pierce Brown would probably be a safe third.
I know you're giving me crap about RJ Hampshire, and he'll probably go out.
That's just because we're biased.
No, I know, dude. I want.
didn't really-
Hey, if trust me, if RJ goes out and wins this weekend, I'm going to be ecstatic because I love the dude. But I mean, I don't love him. I like him. but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think after watching Pierce Brown at the end of the season last year, I think the kid's starting to get it together. And I think he's going to do.
All right,
really good.
enough with the 250 talk. Let's
Yeah,
go
but
to the,
hey, so who's got the craziest prediction? Me?
The uncertain
yeah.
250.
Yours is the only one that
Does it make sense?
Just
no.
leaves Jed out of the top 3.
Tyler,
No,
you never gave me a third.
I put Jed as third.
We were swapping.
I put Jed as third.
We were swapping RJ.
You're pushing RJ to third,
Yeah.
and then you're just gonna put a star bike as second.
That's not.
I'm going to put a star bike as third.
See, dude.
That's not. Yeah, ridiculous. Okay, so here's the thing, though.
I'm ridiculous.
With my crazy prediction.
I like how
What if I had? Y'all are gonna call me crazy until those three guys, which way it goes.
Wait till I pick a Suzuki to win.
If it's Derek Drake, are you talking about K-Rock?
You're talking about A1.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, so
You're going through history, though.
we'll have
It
to map
happens
out
at 8-1.
after the show. We'll have to map out how we're going to break this down as far as points wise and how we're going to score
Yeah.
this. You know, because we've already talked about, and Tyler and I talked about playing some fantasy stuff, like even on the Pulp MX fantasy site. You know, I know Dan Truman, great friend of the team, great friend of mine, and you know he's we've been talking about that Pulp MX stuff. So I'm signing up for it this week. Yeah.
Oh, are we going to do it now? Because we can have our own future league, just as part of.
See, I don't know those details. I can't get that far. You're too technical advanced compared to me.
Too late.
All you
Too
got to
late.
say is that sounds cool, or
Well, the only fantasies I have nothing to do with motocross.
All right,
I know.
stop there. Let's go to the 450s. Let's go to the 450s. We gotta move along here. Talking 450s.
This is tough.
It is. I mean, I think the guy that's on fire the most probably had one of the most incredible 2022 seasons, Eli Tomac. I mean, does he come out and win A1?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
No.
no?
Oh,
He-
see,
He
I
did win it last year.
I disagree. I think he could. Did he?
Yeah.
He did not.
So
win
then
A1
he would-
last year.
Who won A1 last year?
I believe Eli Tomac did.
Tyler, you're saying no. Then who is it?
Then who did?
Ken
K-Rock.
Roxon won it last
K-Rock,
year
yeah.
on a Honda.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought Barsha was going
I
to
almost
win
forgot. It was K-Rock.
Yeah.
It. Yep, it was K-Rock.
So,
Oh, I got to call him K-Rock.
and that goes back to your stat too. Whoever wins A1 typically doesn't win the title
No.
because K Rock won it, didn't win the title. So there's another stat for you. I mean, I know. I remember the Josh Grant winning A1, right? Wasn't it?
Oh,
holy
yeah.
cow.
Which
It was like 08 or 09, yeah.
09?
yeah.
Yeah.
Bike almost blew up. Banner
JGR.
wheel.
Yeah. JGR Yamaha. Yeah.
That
All
was
right.
exciting though.
That
'cause
was awesome.
If
was
JG was racing next weekend, I'd put him in the top 3
Would
for
you?
sure.
How do you know he ain't? You ain't seen the updated. He's been riding.
No, he's not racing A3 or A1.
All right, Shane. We're going 450s right now.
Give him a jingle.
You've obviously got Coop, who you got insider information on today, is going fast at the test track. You got Tomac trying to come back for a repeat on this title. AP7. Adam Cincerillo's back riding right now. Chiz, McElrath, Dylan Ferrandis, Chase Sexton, Marvin Muscan,
Suzuki.
Malcolm Stewart, Christian Craig.
Hey, I know people say it every year, but like this is to me now, this is like the gnarliest 450 class ever. But they say it every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to pick a 450 class right now. I mean, it's A1, so honestly, I could almost go with Ferrandis P2.
Okay.
So who's your P1?
I'm not there yet.
Okay, so we're just going to skip first and third and go straight to P2. We're
I'm
gonna-
seeing.
Well, see, that's the thing
I'm
about Anaheim. It's all about feeling, right?
Yeah.
You gotta feel it.
I'm seeing Ferrandis P2. I am seeing Anderson in third,
Oh, wow.
and then just to make a point, I'm seeing 94 in P1.
Really?
I think he's gonna go out there and make a point with his Kickstarter bike,
He hasn't even been on that bike for like
dude.
2 weeks.
What are you talking
Feeling
about?
it.
He
He's
literally
feeling it.
He literally has spent his whole life on a Suzuki.
That's why that bike is like it is.
He spent his whole life on that bike. Well, not his whole life on that bike, but you know what I mean. Like he's
He's been with Suzuki
a
different times.
he's a Suzuki guy.
All right, Duke,
Yes.
hit me.
People are
with
gonna think I'm crazy on that KR94.
This is tough, but
gonna do it.
I'm not. I don't think I'm going out on a limb. I'm just gonna let it rip. Tater chip.
Okay,
Let it rip.
Let it rip, Tater Chip.
Number 23 and 23.
Yeah, number one.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you said 23 and P23.
Yeah,
So you said?
Sexton, man. I'll
It's only
be honest.
It's only 22 man gate, bud.
That was going to be one of my top threes. Was Chase, because I think just how well he did last year.
Oh,
and
he's
how much
strong right
how
now,
much he
dude.
Progressed.
The guy looks strong.
He's on fire.
Well, the spies say that boy is on it
Okay.
from the other side of the town.
All right.
All right, give me number
We're talking about Auburndale.
Anderson.
JA 21
Yep.
as your number 2.
Yep.
All right, so JA 21 is the number 2.
And I got to stay with my Suzuki pick. I'm going to go with Roxon at 3rd.
You're not even gonna put
No.
Tomac in your top 3. Wow.
Not a day one.
Coupe. I'm a Coupe fan. I am, but I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
Can we do top 5?
I mean, we can.
Coupe,
I mean, I don't.
top 5.
Cops.
In the 450, we can
Coupe's
do
gonna-
top 5, not in the 250.
Coupe for sure is going to be in the top 5 for me.
Yeah,
It's a
same here.
P4 for Coupe.
I'll put P5 for Coupe.
All right, so you're going
P4 Coupe Tomac.
So you're gonna go 4 is ET3, and you're gonna go 5 is CW2.
Hey, my 5 is 23.
Okay.
He's going to bobble. He's gonna
can
mess up
pencil-
in a corner.
You can pencil me in number 1 for 17 races on 23. That's just the way it is. With this
That's a
He's all
crappy
in.
way of gambling, bud. Like you're going to win eventually.
Well, Tyler Kasha,
So here's the problem.
we got some sporadic.
Well, we're
Things here.
confused. We're confusing Tyler over here.
Here's my problem. The Anaheim that I want versus the Anaheim that's likely to happen. What Duke describes as an Anaheim that's likely to happen. But the Anaheim that I want, for that first round, has AC9 taking the win.
Really?
I would love that.
Oh, so is that what we're going with? Because that's cool.
Yeah, we're going to do AC9. We're going to do K-Rock second.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to do D. Ferrandis third. And we say AC9 because under the radar, very obviously at the twilight of whatever's happening with that deal, and he finally just gets his win, and that would just be sick.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's different, but okay.
You
Who's
can
your?
get behind the Anaheim that I want.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's ultimately what we're all after is this is what we want to see. We don't know if this is truly going to be realistic, but this is what we would want to see.
Yeah, and I think AC9 would be awesome.
Okay. Who's your 4th and 5th?
Anybody
so
could
you-
just be Sexton and give me Sexton and let's do a KTM. Let's do Muskin in 5th.
Yeah, that was one that never got brought up.
There's too many to get brought up.
Well, I'm going to go a little bit different.
Can I change mine?
Nope.
I'm not mixing AC into the mix. I'm
going to be the only person.
going Anaheim. Can you go with 51?
What you want?
I was going to say, we haven't heard much about him.
Well, I'm getting ready to hit you guys with a little bit different one
He's
because
explosive there.
nobody picked Tomac, so I'm going to go with Tomac as our number 1.
Which would be unbelievable.
You know RJ is going to win this whole deal. Right?
It would be unbelievable.
I'm going to go with Chase Sexton as number 2. I'm going to go with Justin Barsha as 3rd. I'm going to go with Malcolm Stewart as 4th. And I'm going to go with Christian Craig as 5th.
You're a Husky guy.
So Eli Tomac, Chase Sexton, Justin Barsha, Malcolm Stewart, Christian Craig. And I know I left out people that are my fan favorites, like Cooper Webb and stuff. And I mean, obviously I want them to go out there and win and do well too. But I just feel like if this
That's what you feel.
if this was cool, like if this was something that you're like, man, it would just be really cool to see these guys go out and do this. And I think the only one that I don't have room for in my top 5 that I wish I could and put them in there some way, somehow would be AC.
I know we're going to see other riders up front later on in the season. It's Anaheim 1 that gives you the opportunity to go outside of those commonality. You know you're going to see CW2 up front at some point.
Yep.
You know you're going to see Christian Craig and Malcolm. Malcolm was 3rd last year overall.
Yeah.
You're going to see those guys.
The reason why I didn't pick AC is because I don't think he's at race pace.
Well, that's the
He
reason.
hasn't been at race pace for how long?
That's the reason why I didn't go with AC, and I'm not going to go with Kenny. And I know you guys are fans of Kenny and you're fans of the Suzuki, but
Dude, I don't care about Kenny. The guy's not even my friend. I just think I think he fits well with that bike.
well,
That's why I went. That's why I picked him.
yeah, and that's all fine and dandy. I'm not going to go there yet because I'm not feeling a good vibe because it was so late in the year to make that
It
decision.
would be a fluke if he won.
It would. I mean, it would.
No, I don't think so.
AC?
I think AC?
AC of Fluke.
Okay.
K-Rock, man, that guy will surprise you.
He's got LB on his team.
I put him
That
as
guy's
number
good.
1, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Larry Brooks is the manager of that team, and Larry Brooks knows his shit.
well, and I mean, the other one I didn't put in my top 5, which I definitely think, is strong to be in. Actually, both of them, is Ferrandis.
I put him in number 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then
I think I put him
And there's a
on
reason for that.
and then
I'm not telling you my reasons.
and then Anderson. I think Anderson. You can never count out Anderson, but I don't know. Just my reasoning behind some of that is, I just don't know. With it being Anaheim 1, and you get that excitement with Anaheim 1 that maybe you could wish for.
I would go the opposite. I think about what Savachi says when he was on this episode. You think a guy like
Vachi, top 10 for sure.
Do you think? Well, what he was saying was, do you think a guy like Sexton, Tomac, Cooper Webb, is their mentality actually the reverse? Just get through the first round. Let's just run it and maybe not be so concerned.
And it may be because they're that wise.
They know.
to just say, hey, listen, let the juice wear off.
Yeah.
And let everybody just go.
Well, that's what happened.
Do their thing. And
That's what happened to Chase last year.
Yeah, but they're racers. That gate drops at Anaheim 1. They're all going for it to the first corner. Trust me.
I just think after the year that Eli had, I don't know how you could go against him. Just because he's had such a phenomenal season. So I'm going to go with Eli, Chase Sexton, the JB 51, Barsha in third because he's always good at Anaheim. Malcolm because I think Malcolm showed last year that he's a top 5 guy, and then I'm just going to shoot with Christian Craig because I just want to see it.
I can't believe you put Malcolm and 51 each other in the order because if those guys are close to each other, no, dude, they're outside the top 10.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, so there we go. We've got our picks there for the 250 and the 450 for A1. We hope everybody can, follow along with the race, and then we'll try and keep up. I'll take a picture or something the night of the race and put these.
Well, and if we decide to play fantasy, you can make your picks there.
I tried playing fantasy last year, and
I'm no good.
dude,
We need to do something internal though.
Yeah, I got second to last, I think.
I mean,
not
did
fantasy.
you play the whole season though?
Yeah, I played the Industry Idiots League, and
You went all the way through and made picks every weekend.
sometimes I missed them.
I'm
whatever.
already
I mean,
in
that's
fantasy.
well, that's why you got second to last
Yeah.
because you didn't pick them every weekend.
I try.
The consistency is the hardest part because you want to be like, I don't want to play this game. It's not fun. But the people who play the whole way through end up, it all, I guess elevates itself as they continue to go through. And I'm the same way. I don't play the pay league. I only do the free one because I don't want
Well, I tried to do it last year, and I was trying to get tips from Truman, from Dan, and
Yeah, I got to talk to him because I don't even.
No.
understand.
He's tight-lipped, dude. So I'm like, no, never mind. I
Because
don't even know how to do it.
the big money one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's supposed to rain.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the
No.
weather.
It's been raining, right?
In Anaheim.
Yeah, it was like the last couple of weeks. It's been raining out in Cali, so. But they do a good job with the track, so I'm not worried. It's not going to be a mutter.
I didn't look at it and see. But anyway, so we've got
Total downpour.
our
Complete.
All right, wait, negative Nancy over here is going to downpour.
I'm not. No. People call me Negative Nancy. I'm not negative. I'm real. Been there,
Just telling
done that.
telling the truth.
Been there, done that.
Hey,
right.
I'm
And then-
surprised you
and
didn't put old Benny Bloss in your top 5.
Benny's struggling a little bit,
A little bit.
but he'll come around.
Yeah, he's getting it figured out.
Yeah.
Long season.
Yep.
Who's your
exactly.
super motocross champion?
Yeah. Benny Bloss?
I'm just kidding.
No, he could be. He could be. Consistency.
All right.
Consistency.
Moving on from the pro stuff, we talked about it. Everybody's got our picks. We'll be watching it next weekend or here in a couple days, actually, and go from there. But at the same weekend, we have the Brooksville Munden Hill FTR. So the Florida Trail Riders Association, the Florida Trail Riders race coming up this coming weekend will be
No rain.
in Dade City, or excuse me, in Brooksville.
Yeah, Brooksville.
So not far from us, right down the road from the house. We're going to take the semi out there just to have some exposure and be able to meet people, shake hands. We're going to sponsor a little bit of the event, and it's always one of my favorite trails of the FTR series, the season. I think Munden Hill and Dade City are up there in the top 2 of the year. Bartow's pretty fun also, but those 2 just stick out to me. Obviously, it's nice because they're so close to our house. But did I tell you who all is racing this race in the pre-modern A class?
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier.
I forgot.
This is going to be an exciting.
I didn't
I haven't
forget.
heard.
They're
This is going to
stars.
be an exciting weekend. Okay.
I can guess
Star-studded-
one guy that's probably the top of the list there.
Is who
Who's
riding
that?
it?
Hey,
Number 16.
hey,
Well,
who's-
he's going to be doing the AA on a modern bike.
Oh.
So I'm talking about the
See, I don't know the
pre-mod-
rules of the
Talking pre-mod.
FTR.
I thought you were talking about a guy with two thumbs right over here.
Is he gonna? Are you
Not
gonna
me.
break out
Are
the
you
RM250?
Well, yeah, duh.
I mean,
That's what I do.
Maybe I'm going to have to fire up something and race.
So Shane is going to be with Heath in the pre-modern B class, which is the same class that I would be riding and TJ would be riding, but TJ's still recovering from his foot. I'm going to have the semi there, and Benji is racing, and his racing is at the same time as practice. So I'm going to sit this one out and loan the bike to a pre-mod A rider that we're going to talk about in just a second. But Shaner and Heath's son Wyatt will be racing in the juniors. Benji's going to be racing in the Pee-wee class. Corey Keelan's still out, shoulder injury. I'm out. TJ's out. So that frees up some motorcycles. So what that means is we have now created a pretty stacked pre-modern A class. So we know that Kyle Keelan has raced them before. He's got a video somewhere on YouTube of him launching a jump at Munden Hill at the FTR years ago.
Step up. The step up.
No, it was out in the field. It's like a
there's a big jump
it was
before
like
the
a
step up.
it was like a ski jump in a field in a pasture.
Oh, I know which one you're
He
talking
just
about.
launched it. He just
Yeah.
went for miles. So I have gotten word that Kyle Keelan has been riding at Croom. He's been spotted and
Flying at the sandpit.
and he is making waves to go to Munden Hill race the FTR. We also have Pooh Sipes now returning for his second FTR of the season. Pooh was in a very tight battle at Bartow and led some of that race, but the pitting and filling up with gas.
Yeah, check the YouTube video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you. So
Goodness.
nice plug. So he raced Bartow, which is on our YouTube channel. We got a whole Pooh Sipes goes screaming on the 2001 CR125. So Pooh is going to be there, Kyle Keelan. Then we added some kickers into the mix. So with TJ being out with his foot injury, Mike Pacone will be racing a 2001 CR250. Tyler Bright will be racing the 1998 Future MX CR125.
You're gonna put him on the Gen 1 CR125?
Gen 1 CR125.
Okay.
This is Gen 1?
That Gen 1 aluminum frame on the what year is it?
Generation
98.
1.
98. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got Pooh,
Good thing they're riding those things. I'm not riding that thing.
well Pooh and TB will both be riding a CR125. Pooh will be on a 01, Tyler will be on a 98. So they're both going to be riding the CR125. Mike Pacone is going to be riding the 01 CR250. And then Kyle Keelan, I believe, has a 250, but I'm not positive.
Well, he could ride Corey since he's hurt.
Yeah. Either one.
Oh, that bike's so good.
So you got
That is sweet.
you got four pretty strong dudes out there that we're all going to be supporting and watching. That'll be a very fun race in the pre-modern A class here in a couple days at Munden Hill FTR. I tried to get
Hey, when you mentioned strong, guys out there or whatever, are you including me in that conversation?
no, I was talking about the A class.
Oh, I'm in the B.
Yeah.
So strong B. Strong B.
Top contender for the B title.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Sugar
Are you
Shane.
underneath the tent?
no, he told me to bring my Easy Up and put it behind the trailer. That's what he told me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this sounds like I don't even have Future MX
I was
graphics.
going to ask
so-
if I could be your pit man, but
He
you're
won't.
behind the
He won't
trailer.
run Future MX graphics, man. I can't even get him to run them. He's still running the
I'm
the
running
factory
Rockstar Makita,
Suzuki.
which I was part of that team. So
Right.
was back
You got
in
to
the
put a
day.
stack of them out like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I have to bring my own Easy Up, my own pressure washer, everything. Like just hide back there. But I'm gonna be the only one back there barbecuing up some good stuff. So if you guys want to stop by and have some tasty ribs, like I'll be there.
Yeah, Benji will be
Want me
there.
to be your gas man?
Yeah, dude, please. Like I don't have.
Don't
any
you have an oversized tank?
I don't have any support.
Right.
None. No, I do. No, that's a stock tank. It's a stock tank for sure.
I thought you had an oversized tank on that
No,
thing.
and the petcock leaks, so we have to fill up every lap.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so be
What?
ready.
Just the petcock?
Just a petcock. I have leaky petcocks.
Okay. I mean,
Sounds like a
probably-
problem.
Hey, why are you laughing?
What's
Personal
today?
problem.
It's like Monday. You could get one from Rock.
No, you can't find a petcock for a 99. I've already tried. I keep putting silicone on it and it just keeps leaking. But whatever, we'll make it. Hey, Dukey, we'll make it
Yeah. We'll
with
make
the easy up and everything.
Well, I'm not putting the whole awning out of the semi. It just takes too much work.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Oh, hey, watch me set that thing up by myself.
I believe
I
Shane
would
will
love
set
to
it up.
watch you set it up.
I've done it
Shane will set it up
100 times.
and then go ride practice.
I'm not going to help you on that part.
No, I said watch me.
Yeah.
I didn't say help me.
That's my day off. Actually, I'll help
You just get my
I'll be
easy
your
up
gas
set
man.
up on the backside
I'll
of the
help you with
trailer.
your easy up and gas.
Okay, that's all I need. I don't even have t-shirt coil. I have to go to whatchamacallit, O'Reilly's to get some
Yeah.
t-shirt coil.
I was gonna say discount.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I can look out the
What are you running it? 40?
compound.
The stuff that you put in the lawnmower, I don't know. I think it's called like
No, what are you gonna run it at? 40 to 1?
40 to 1 with the pink oil that you put in your lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing runs good though.
He'll run that caster
He's
knife.
gonna buy the Echo brand premix.
That's good oil, though.
No Echo, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it is.
in the little bottle.
Yeah.
But no, that's a really fun trail though. It's got a nice mix of open, tight. You know, they got a little bit of a moto track
Is that the one
involved.
that, down here?
Yeah, it's nice, right down the road.
I
Yeah,
got to win there. I got to win there.
The moto track actually comes about like right when you get tired on the first lap. So like you start whiskey throttle and stuff.
well,
like,
Yeah.
no, that depends on which direction.
which
it's going.
direction it goes.
Because
yeah.
they have run it two different ways before,
Yeah.
and it can be part of the beginning, but then it can be the very end. So
It's a good course. Honestly, I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I've been there one time and I had a blast.
Well, you're about to have
I
a
won.
blast underneath my easy up.
I won a class there. I got a first and a third there as a mechanic, as a gas man.
So
Hey,
now you're putting pressure
hey,
on me?
No expectations.
Oh, dude.
No expectations there, huh?
Hey,
Hey, so I'm bringing you a Rockstar Makita jersey, button up.
right on.
Like, no, we're an official team.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in.
We're actually
Well,
starting
the
our own
future
podcast.
MX semi will be there on Friday, and we're bringing it in Friday. We're gonna have. I'll probably put some easy ups next to the semi because I'm not putting the whole awning up. It just takes way too long. So I'm going to have the semi there Friday. We'll be there for the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Benji races Saturday morning. The boys, Shane, Heath, all the A-class boys, Pooh.
We all race at the same time, right? Yeah.
Yep, Saturday afternoon. So when we'll get done with that, we'll start our barbecuing, and then Sunday is when the double A guys go. So I do want to go out there and watch them because I think Zacho might be racing.
Yeah, I think he is.
I haven't confirmed with him or not on that one, but
He
I
just raced up there at the WW Ranch, right through the ranch.
yep.
Smoked him.
Yeah. That last time we went to Munnon Hill, I
was
raced with Zacho. And
he did it in the sportsman class with Jackie.
Yeah. So they were on the same race as us, but then I think the fourth lap, him and Jack Chambers finally came around, and those two were just tailing the hell out of each other, and like it was pretty. Even though I was on the race course, like I was getting lapped, but they were. I mean, dude, Zach Osborne laps me. That's fine. But
He's my pick for A1.
he's my pick for Munnon Hill. But yeah, him and Jack were just getting it, dude. It was pretty fun to watch, even though it was only like 5 seconds. I got to see him, but yeah, that's it. I'm excited, dude. Munnon Hill's a good time.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good
I had a
race.
fun. That's the only one I've ever been to, and I had a blast there.
It's one of those that like everybody should maybe experience. Like even if you don't race, just the atmosphere and like where you can go with your like golf carts and stuff, and in the trees. Like it's a cool place.
Well, and the good thing is it's very easy to get to. So anybody that would be interested in going to the FTR, we will be there. We'll try and have the semi there Friday, hopefully, around lunchtime-ish. But with it being right off of State Road 50, it's pretty easy to get to, if you're coming anywhere from the central part of the state and just get to 50 and head west to come towards Brooksville. But then it's very close to I-75. So anybody coming from the north or south, just get to I-75 and head to State Road 50.
Yeah.
And then, from there, you're not far off. So I look forward to seeing everybody there at the FTR. Hopefully, we can shake hands and have everybody, come up and meet the guys and the team and the people that will be there. I'm going to see if I can get Aiden and Cole to come out to do some wrenching.
Hey, I have a question for you, and I hate to back up, but like, so now we're in January. right? So as far as the amateur guys that Future MX is supporting,
Yep.
like
Drew and Carson, yeah.
Drew and Carson, well, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, really. I mean, yeah, they go to the same races, but like, where are they at as far as like what's going on? Is Drew going to do the futures? What's Carson's next race program? Like, what's going on with that?
Well, because they're both amateurs, then the amateur majors is priority.
So Daytona would be the first one.
That's that's the first AMA major of 2023. I mean, obviously, Midios that we just finished was an AMA major also, but they will do, the majors as far as Daytona, Freestone, Springading are back to back to back. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I think both of them are planning on hitting some of the Florida Winter Am Series.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to do every single round, but I think they're both planning on doing some of the Florida Winter Am Series, and then that kind of leads up to Daytona, which will be your first AMA major of 2023. So at that point, it's like a 3-week stretch. You got Daytona, they drive. There's only one day in between Daytona and Freestone, which is out in Texas, Wortham, Texas.
Yeah.
So that round, you've got 1 day of travel. So, I mean, it's as soon as you're off the track at Daytona, you load up, you hit the road, you go to Freestone. And then from Freestone, there's a 1 day gap between Freestone and Springading, which is also in Texas. So they'll hit those 3, boom, boom, boom. And then after that, you start leading into your area qualifiers, regional qualifiers, and then Loretta's. So I do know that Drew has talked about doing some of the Supercross futures.
Maybe my question was more towards DA300 because I was like, is he planning on doing that stuff or
there has been talks
this year?
Yep, there has been talks that he's going to try and do some of them. The first Supercross futures is actually at Anaheim 2, which I am going to be taking all the boys on our team out there to Anaheim 2 because we have some meetings.
Am I a boy? No,
I'm talking about the riders.
Oh.
So I'm going to take the 4 riders. I'm taking Carson, Drew, Aiden, and Cole. Nice. And we are flying out to Anaheim 2 on the Thursday before Anaheim 2 because I have some meetings lined up with Oakley and Fox, some tours and visits that we have to get done.
Yeah.
And while we're out there, we're going to go swing by Kawasaki and see the boys at Kawasaki since all four of them ride Cowie.
You can see Big B.
And then we're going to go and try and track down Mr. Mitch at Pro Circuit.
Yeah.
So we've got four different meetings lined up or trips lined up while we're out there. And then that is actually the first Triple Crown race of the year.
Yeah.
So Triple Crown will be going on. So that'll be exciting to go watch a Triple Crown. I've never been to the Anaheim races before, so that's exciting too. So that's on the schedule. So they'll definitely be heading out there. I believe that's January 28th. So we will be flying out that Thursday early in the morning.
Yeah.
And we land out there about lunchtime, and we have 2 meetings on Thursday, 2 meetings on Friday, race on Saturday, and then we have the first flight out on Sunday, and we're flying back.
Nice.
So that's the plan for now.
Well, when you go to PC, if you can't find Mitch, if you go through the side garage door, and literally he's probably in there honing a 2-stroke barrel, so like it's right inside the door. If you can't find him, go through the front doors. You're never going to find that guy. The guy is literally back there working on motor parts.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. You see Jimmy Jack out there too in PC. Jimmy Jack and Big B.
Yep.
That's cool. I'm gonna tell Big B you're coming out there.
Yeah, tell him. Let him know. It'd be awesome to. I mean, the number one goal and the reason why we're going out there is just to try and meet as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Just try and build relationships and thank these people in person for everything that they've done for us. So to be able to take all 4 boys, out there with me will be pretty exciting. So
for them for sure.
Yeah, for both of us. I mean, I believe that Carson and his family are flying out to Anaheim 1. I think that they said that was a bucket list trip, something that they've always wanted to do. So they're going out to Anaheim 1, and then Carson will be going back out for Anaheim 2 with me. And then after that, it's really just, getting ready for the Spring Nationals, which would be Daytona, Freestone, and Springading.
Well, I can't wait till next weekend.
It's going to be a busy weekend.
On these predictions, because you guys are going to be like, Shane, you're so smart.
I mean, I might be, but we'll all say, Tyler, that would have been awesome if that pick came to fruition.
There's no woulda, shoulda, wouldas, or whatever you want to call it. It's Shane, you're so smart. That's it. That's it. Actually, I think I like RJ's predictions.
Wow.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
Is there anybody outside of the people that are in your top 5 though that you want to see? Like, let's just say that you want to see do well. It might not be in a top 5, but is there anybody out there that you're like, man, I really want this guy to do the best that he possibly can? Like, for example,
I'm disappointed I didn't choose Christian Craig. Honestly, at this point, I should have.
well, you can't change it now.
No, but I think Christian Craig is going to be there for sure.
Him and Mookie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The problem with Ken Roczen.
What about Josh Hill?
What about him?
about him?
He's racing.
Is he on an electric bike?
No, he's racing. Isn't he on the Tedder thing? Isn't him
I
and
think he is.
Josh and Justin.
him and Justin are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Josh 751 is signed up. And Justin, I think he's 46 this year. Maybe. Not positive.
I mean, great talent. Maybe the most talented brothers next to the Lawrence brothers.
Maybe Stewart's.
Yeah, them too. I mean,
Wait a minute, man.
I mean, actively riding.
You didn't even put me and RJ in that whole scenario, like the most talented brothers ever.
But the thing about Ken Roczen doing well is that everybody who bagged on a Suzuki and having to kickstart that thing for the last 5 years, if he gets a top 3, it's just going to bring everybody back to reality and say it's 90% rider.
He will win races.
Well, hey, listen. The reason why I kind of went with KR too is, well, I hate to rewind, but inside knowledge.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Bogle straight up was last year was like, yeah, he didn't ride the bike for long, but he can whole shot the hell out of the damn thing. I think it's going to put KR in a good position straight out of the gate. That bike.
I was at the sandbox and I seen him ride it for 7 or 8 laps, and it looks pretty good.
Oh, thanks, Dukey.
Pretty good.
So some more good information.
And they're kicking it, and they kick it it starts within 3 kicks.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's fine.
They all start within 3 kicks.
Yeah, no. Suzuki's take 3. Roczen's doing it in 1.
You know what my Suzuki takes? Half a kick. Every time.
19 of them.
No, just half a kick.
19 and a half?
Yeah.
19 half kicks.
Hey, wait, how many times you kick it
Once.
before you decide?
Only 3/4. I don't even put it in the full stroke, bud.
And then you decide to push start it?
Oh my God, Tyler. Hey, no, seriously though, like it's gonna be interesting. Everybody's always excited for A1, but like I'm like really excited this year because this whole year I've been back around it, you know, and I see the things that are going on, and I'm just like, these dude, nobody got injured during the off season that we know of.
It ain't over yet.
Yeah, that we know of.
Yeah, we almost had one down today.
I'm talking the top
One
guys.
OJ away from.
But so everybody's going in healthy, and it's like, yeah. There's a
I'll
lot
tell
of
you
guys.
one person that we have not talked about in this entire episode as far as these Supercross predictions that I really do hope gets in that top 5. That's AP7.
Yeah.
I like that dude, man.
Everybody likes that guy.
He's
Great guy.
a fun guy. Like just personality, character-wise.
Good friend of mine is his mechanic, and
The problem is he
team.
hasn't posted the results, so it's hard for me to pick him to be in my top 5. He might go out there and win this next weekend.
Yep.
Not good for him because the stats. You win A1, you don't always win the championship. So
Yeah. No, it would be really cool.
it's a new year.
It'd be cool to see them, and hopefully, all the work and everything that they've been doing out there at the Baker factory for him, as far as AP7 goes, and adjustments to the bike with the 23 and a half chassis, whatever it may be. I mean that, I hope that they do well there, but that's just I think personal, I guess preference to see him, Malcolm, obviously being a Florida boy, being friends with James, and the Stewart family, watching him grow up as an amateur right here locally. I would love to see him get out there and do well. And then, I mean, is Chiz going to chiz?
Chiz is gonna chiz
On the Zook?
Yep.
Yep.
Right next,
Yeah,
right next to Kenny.
He'll be in the main.
Well, honestly, I would like to see and this is going way further down the future, but I would like to see Malcolm in the championship hunt.
Yeah, Malcolm is going to be fine.
I want to
if he
see
doesn't
that guy
do
like in the points for sure about halfway through the season. That would be awesome.
Well, I think just as far as like friends of the show and personal relationships, I mean, I would love to see Coop do well.
I don't want. Hopefully, Coop doesn't listen to this episode because I didn't put him in the top 3.
That's because you expect him to be in the title fight.
No, because Coop's a
okay,
patient.
now you're in trouble.
No. Coop's a patient man. Like he's not stupid.
Well, I would love to see Coop. I'd love to see AP. I'd love to see AC, another Florida guy. You know, I'd love to see AC, Chiz, Sexton, Malcolm. I would like to see Kenny do well, and I'd like to see Christian Craig do well. And then just recently, I haven't known him long, but I just recently got to meet Benny Bloss, and he was very, very nice. And we actually watched the Christmas parade together. So that was
cute.
cool.
That's cute.
That was cool. So I'd like to see Benny do well also now that, we're starting
Did he put you on his shoulders and so you can see
I had to look up at him when I was talking to him.
Dude, if Benny puts him on his shoulders, he'd be like 13 feet in the air. Because Benny's a tall kid.
Then you could see the parade better.
6'5".
Yeah, a tall kid.
Yeah, he's a tall dude.
I think I have my Photoshop endeavor for the week.
Well, outside of that, then it'll be interesting to see how these picks go, and I hope everybody that's either riding or racing out there in Anaheim does well, and all the boys and everything. It's always fun because it's the first one of the year. It's exciting. You get new bikes, new gear, new goggles, just like Dukey was talking about. So I think it'll be fun to watch. I know I probably won't make it till the mains.
Oh, don't bring that up.
Oh, come on.
Dude.
Where are we watching it at? Right here?
Dukey.
No, RJ's going to be in
Dukey,
bed.
me and you are watching it together. He goes to bed at 9 o'clock, so like yeah.
I'll make it. But
I don't know if I'll make it till the mains. I'll make it for the start. I'll definitely watch some heat races, but I just, man, those
I have the same problem.
those West Coast rounds are hard for me, man.
No, I just got to take a nap. Let's take a nap
Yeah, but
together. Let's take a nap together.
How are we going to take a nap when you're racing?
What?
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
same
Munden.
day as Munden Hill. A1 is Munden Hill.
I'm going to
So
take a nap inside the semi.
you're going to go practice in the morning and then race, and you're going to be completely gassed, and then you're going to get over here and have 2
Yeah,
beers
be
and be
all right.
like, man, I'm so
right.
tired.
Is this what you watch right here?
We can watch it in here.
Is it recorded?
We can watch it in Legends Room, or we can watch it over at Shane's bar, at his house.
The Show Dog Saloon.
Hey, we might even, if I'm not mistaken, last year we had it on at Munden Hill at the FTR
I'm
race.
going to go watch the Love Shack.
What the hell's a Love Shack?
Right over here.
Oh, in your Love Shack.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
It's sick.
Well,
Be
we
52s.
may even have to have it on at the semi, but I don't know if we're gonna be there that late.
That'd be pretty late. You'd have to be camping probably.
Yeah, I honestly, let's be honest. Like last year, I didn't start watching it until it came east because I would get my results on the toilet on Sunday morning. Honestly, like who won? No, because you're right, dude.
No, that's the truth. For
To stay up
anybody
till
that's
1 a.m. on the East Coast to watch our West Coast round is ridiculous.
and especially when you and I both wake up so early for work, like our normal job Monday through Friday, that like your body clock starts getting in that routine. And especially with me with 3 little kids, like I don't know the last time I've been in bed in the morning past 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So when you're staying up until 1 o'clock at night, it's very hard for me to get up at 4:30 in the morning when you go to work on Monday or whatever.
But the race is on Saturday.
Yeah, but it's still just your body clock. I mean, naturally, and then even with that FTR going on at Munden Hill, I mean, you got to be there in the morning to sign up and register, get your bike ready to go, practice. Benji has his race, then you guys have your race in the afternoon. I mean, that's going to be a pretty busy day.
When they change the schedule in Supercross to those day races, I'm just like so excited.
Oh,
Like,
that's the best.
I'm like, I could barbecue and watch the race, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is the best.
But
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a eventful weekend this weekend. We've got the FTR going on. We got A1 going on. The Supercross season is here, 2023 for everybody. I hope it's a great year for them. A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
Anything you want to wrap up with, Shane?
My wrap up is, listen, I think you might be bringing me out of retirement a little bit. I'm probably going to end up driving the truck to Tampa or here or there, and we'll see how Dukey's over giving me a thumbs up. I'm not taking the truck to New Jersey, but no, this is a good episode, man. It's cool. It's cool to like. There's all kinds of new things coming. I'll drive to Redbud, no problem,
Hell
Dukey.
yeah, buddy.
But
I'll go with you.
But no, dude, this is a good episode. Our first episode of 2023, and hey, listen, we don't have guests on, but we don't always have to, man. You know.
Oh, I like it. It's
Let's
nice.
talk-
Dave's a guest.
Yeah, but it's nice to be able to have our own, inner group here in our inner hub that we can sit
Yeah.
here and bench race and round table and talk about. And we did the call in with Mr. Randy Yoho at Dade City
I like
MX.
call-ins.
Maybe you'll
cool.
get another comment on YouTube about how you're sending the young kids to slaughter
Yeah.
to Supercross too early and yada
Yeah.
yada.
You know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's perfectly fine for me.
Hey, if you ain't getting no hate
Slaughter,
comms,
they're 18. Let's go racing. Like, stop that crap.
if you ain't getting hate comms, then you ain't doing it right?
Yeah, dude, every time I post anything, people always hating on me. It's fine.
You got a warrant apparently.
I have a warrant in New Jersey.
You do?
Yeah.
What he said
didn't get that
earlier.
one.
No, like, dude, I can't go to New Jersey. Nope.
I can't go to Canada. I got 2 years left.
That
I'm not,
is
you know, it's
enough.
funny.
The great people
not
we have
allowed,
around us,
I'm not
Tyler.
allowed in New Jersey, but I'm allowed in Canada.
They
Hey,
threw me out of Canada.
Yeah.
let's maybe talk a little bit more about the future MX League.
Yeah, we'll
Right
we'll
now,
discuss
or-
it.
No, this week.
Because I
This
was
week.
like, that's a
Offline.
whole nother episode.
No, offline. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
no. Throughout the week, we'll get some of those figured out, and we'll figure out how to do our week to week top 5 predictions here and how we're going to score.
We'll just go ahead and mark me down as number 1, and we'll go from there. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
We'll get it figured out. Episode 15. I greatly appreciate everybody for listening to Future MX Radio. Make sure that you please like, subscribe, share it, let people know, anybody that you would think would be interested in listening or watching to us on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to us on all the different social media platforms. We greatly appreciate that. That's the way that we grow, and that's the way that we try to help people out. So I appreciate you, Mr. Sugar Shane, episode 15, Tyler Kasha, Dave Dukey. That's it.
All right.
Later.
See you, boys.
Hit it.